Warning, we are a spoiler-based podcast. At times, we are also an offensive podcast. And we are most certainly a verbally explicit podcast. So if you fear for any of your delicate sensibilities, please back up now before you reach the point of no return. This is your final warning.
Welcome to another episode of Cinematic Anarchy, the podcast that is the film equivalent of a bad car wreck. With me this evening, we have Miss B.
Yo.
Zion.
What's up?
And Tom the Viking, who's actually starting to look a little svelte, like a Viking.
Hi. Hi there.
Before you guys hopped on, I got a free preview of the gun show, which I paid for regardless of having to pay for it.
Oh, hell yeah.
That being said,
I missed it.
Tonight we are
yours is next.
We are watching what is going to apparently be a 3-1 trashing of Big Trouble
fucking sucked
in Little China.
Literally, so hang the fuck on. In every single one of, the shows that I watch, there's always a reference to this fucking movie. And it has nothing to do with fucking anything that this movie is. I don't get that. It's fucking annoying. But this movie was god-awful. The entire time, Kurt Russell's fucking, trying to be this fucking big jacked fucking...
Right, but that's... Okay.
Man.
So that was played that way on a... that was the purpose of it. Okay?
Oh, I know. But the fucking fact that he doesn't even get into an actual fight throughout the entire movie. Most of these fight scenes are him trying to pull a fucking knife out of his boot and try and be cool.
It's basically like they took the entire movie and they focused it on the bumbling sidekick of the actual hero. So we know who the hero was.
Yeah, Wayne's the actual fucking hero here.
Right, it's not Jack Burton. At all.
No, okay. I only watched half of this movie because it was that trash that I just had. I'm not even going to lie here. I've not seen this movie that I'm about to reference, but I would rather watch Romeo and Juliet. I would rather watch that. It was that trash.
We promised we would never bring that fucking movie up during the podcast ever again.
Tom.
I wasn't there for that promise.
Trust me when I say, and Miss B can back me up on this one, no you wouldn't. No, you
Well, I'll have to see, because I'm going to watch it later on purpose just to fucking bleach my eyes from that movie.
You have fun with that, okay?
I've been there once. I'm not going back. I'm good.
The bit that's going to piss y'all off is I'm going to message in the group chat later and just that's a really good movie. On purpose, even if I hate it, I'm going to say it's good just to piss people off.
I've never seen it.
Now, I will be honest with Big Trouble in Little China. Of the Kurt Russell, John Carpenter movies, this is probably my least favorite. I definitely preferred Escape to New York and The Thing more than this. But
no.
You know what?
The acting alone was fucking terrible.
You know what?
I'm sorry.
I'm jumping on the fuck it train. I watched this thing so many times that I started going, what the fuck is going on?
That sounds like a you problem. We only watched it once and we fucking thought it sucked.
Okay,
you sucked to watch it 12 fucking times.
First of all, let's start with the very opening. We're going to start with the very opening. The opening music is actually sung by the director of the movie.
Oh, nice.
So John Carpenter's band, which he says is basically a bunch of his old college buddies, actually sang the opening and closing music to this movie. They have a music video attached to the Blu-ray and everything.
There's a fucking oh god.
Yes, there's
See, when I was younger, this movie was badass because the special effects back then weren't as good as they are now.
Yeah.
And so I rewatched it and I'm like, I was interested in this shit.
You have to rewatch it with that in mind. It was an early 80s film. So, I mean, obviously you're not going to get the same special effects as you get now.
Yeah, but, okay. In perspective, it gave me the same sort of vibes as Mortal Kombat for the simple fact of the CGI was trash and the acting was fucking trash. Okay, and then you see the knockoff Raiden fucking appear at one point. And I know, Chris, what you're about to say. He came before Raiden. True, but still, he fucking looks just like Raiden, but like he bought everything from a dollar store.
This is a Raiden knockoff.
No. Raiden is a better version of the Storm character from this movie. You can't call it a Raiden knockoff if, Raiden didn't come first.
Can if Raiden's way better. I'm sorry.
We can count it if Raiden's more, known.
Fair enough. I'll give you that.
So,
okay.
Raiden knockoff.
All right. So are there any... before we get into just continually trashing the movie, is there anything in this movie that you guys liked?
The ending, when the credits came.
You can't say that you didn't fucking watch the movie. Thank you.
I know, that would be my favorite part.
I forgot which one. My favorite part of the whole movie is that death scene of that one god dude. He, blew up like a fucking balloon. And then exploded.
The wind. So the storms were the wind, lightning, and thunder. I think he was in thunder.
If I did watch the whole movie, it would have been that scene where the credits started rolling. That would have been my favorite scene.
So you don't get to
see, the only reason why that's my favorite because it's fucking hilarious.
I just like the way Wang fucks with Jack the entire time.
Right.
So they're going into the layers shit, and fucking Jack's like, "What's that say?" Wang's coming out like, "It's hell of boiling oil." And he's like, "You're kidding." It's like, "Yeah, I am." It says, "Keep out."
Still trash.
I think that the one thing that really bothered me the most in the movie was the way that
it was created.
The fact that he basically did Jack Burton as if he was trying to channel John Wayne. Yeah. Which is sort of an homage to the fact that this movie was originally supposed to be a Western film set in 1986. Or 1886, sorry.
The way this man holds a gun drives me insane. He's fucking punching the air with it while he's shooting. It's so fucking annoying.
It's gonna make the bullet go faster, watch!
Well...
Is this the first time you've ever plugged someone? No.
Right.
Maybe.
Yes.
I hit with a Nerf gun once. Does that count?
But
does airsoft
the whole movie was done up like you had an old John Wayne film, and secretly the director was taking all of the really bad takes that happened throughout the movie, and he decided to make an entire film out of just the bad takes from the movie. That's what it feels like.
This movie... No, I feel like this entire movie, as it was filmed, the director was sitting there, not even looking at the film. He was reading a comic book, smoking a cigarette, being like, "Yeah, that'll do."
Oh, no, this was...
just casually.
If you listen to the director's commentary, this was done like this on purpose.
What, it was trash on purpose?
Yes. It was done like this on purpose.
You definitely can tell with how the movie was done and everything. That it was done on purpose.
I feel like any female cast member who wasn't in the film for a good period of time was usually in the director's trailer with the director until their scenes came up.
This is not an action film. The director wasn't even
directing the fucking film.
This is like an early parody of action films. You know what I mean? It was meant to be an action comedy.
This is like someone who has no idea how to direct, watched an action film and went, "I can do that." That's basically what it looks like.
Oh, don't hurt John Carpenter. John Carpenter is a fantastic director. John Carpenter is a fantastic director.
If this movie's anything to go off,
This movie aside, he's a fantastic director. But I mean,
if this movie's anything to go off, he sucks.
He was a director of cheesy over the top comedies. Like I said, he did the original version of The Thing. He did. You're also, mind you, you're a lot younger than I am. You're steeped in a lot of modern films, and these films are like, cheesy action.
Yeah, that's bullshit. I just want to say that's bullshit because my father is 60, and he made me watch fucking old movies. Okay. I used to watch John Wayne movies with my dad. I used to watch fucking Clint Eastwood movies. My dad was a big fan of fucking old style westerns and shit. I watched old movies, and I think a lot of old movies are really fucking good. This movie, however, was fucking trash.
Well,
it hurt my brain so bad I had to turn it off.
Kurt Russell was known for his sort of cheesy, over-the-top kind of machismo act throughout the entirety of the 80s. Like, everything that he did, even Overboard, it was all with the same kind of... I don't even know how to put it. Kind of over-the-top, self-important.
Yeah. He played a better ego than he did any fucking role.
Oh, he
was... Kurt Russell, though. How he started his acting career was literally kicking Elvis in the shin. Yes.
What?
He literally...
Wait, did you say Elvis or Elvish?
Elvis.
I'm going to say...
Mr. Presley.
Who knows the Elvish?
I don't know Elvish. I mean, I watched the Lord of the Rings trilogy enough. You'd think I'd have learnt it, but nope.
He played a kid in one of Elvis's movies, and the whole role
kicked him in the nuts,
in the shin.
And then I think, like, shortly after that, he kind of floated into Disney films, if I'm not mistaken. He was, like, in a lot of really early Disney films. Yeah. Probably not ones that you want to see.
I never actually went through, like, the cast list of old Disney films. So, like, every time I, like, rewatch shit with Winter today, I'm like, oh, no, shit!
Well, I there's a weird one for me when I hear certain voice actors in old Disney films who I know from newer Disney films, and I'm like, no fucking way. No! And I'll look it up, and I'm like, no fucking way! Shouldn't you be dead now or some shit?
Right. Were you this character this entire fucking time? Because I guarantee you weren't.
And then you look it up in the world, you're like, no fucking way!
My entire life is a lie.
That's how I felt about, like...
You just fucking there rocking in the shower with a joint, just shaking, like...
Like, that's how I felt about, like, Mark Hamill, like, learning all the voices that he did. And I'm like, this dude was literally my whole fucking childhood.
Yeah, that one was fucking creepy to find out. I'm like, bruh. It's like any time I see Ewan McGregor in a film, it's like, that's fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Okay. So I don't want to hear from you, Mr. Thomas, because I know what you're going to do. I already know what you're going to say. All right. So what would you say, of the people that actually finished watching the film, what would you say the worst actor in the film is?
Kurt Russell.
Yeah, Russell.
Absolutely. Fucking, no, my favorite characters were Wang and David Lopan. I really liked the special effects makeup they did for Lopan.
Okay.
No, I would have to say Lopan, honestly.
They did a good job with that fucking skin.
Oh yeah, they did. They did a good job, but him as an actor,
James Hong is fucking incredible.
For practical special effects makeup back then, that was actually very good.
Oh yeah. And now it's all just like CGI fucking green screen shit.
I think I made
Nobody
Thomas
wants to
mad.
bother putting in all that extra work. That's why Face Off is a great show.
What?
Face Off?
I love Face Off.
Face Off?
Dude, it's fucking dope! Okay, so Face Off is basically like a bunch of people who are like into special effects makeup shit.
Oh no, I know
together.
Yeah.
It's a competition, and they do all kinds of fucking they create monsters out of people. It's amazing.
Sorry, my mind immediately went through Travolta, Nicolas Cage, and I'm like,
no. That's where my brain went too. When you said Face Off, I was like, the movie?
That was trash.
No, not the movie, the show.
Because that movie was good.
Oh,
it's like the version of Ink Master.
There you go.
Okay. Worst scene.
Worst scene?
Scene.
Okay, that last scene where fucking Kurt Russell and David Lopan are fucking like throwing the knife back and forth one or two times, and that was so anticlimactic.
The knife to the head?
Yeah.
Right, like
killing Lopan
after
was
all
so
that.
Dude's been alive for 2,000 years, and he dies from a knife to the head. Come on.
Worst scene for me would have to be at the beginning, whenever you first see Lopan and he drives the truck through him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's just there.
Yeah, I'm just like, that scene was not needed.
There's a lot of scenes that weren't needed.
The movie was not needed in retrospect.
Of what little you watched,
this.
Thomas, of what little you watched, what would you say is the worst scene?
So from the first second to when I turned the film off.
No, see that's why I wasn't asking. That's why I wasn't asking you, because that's what you're gonna do.
No, I'm sorry, but the movie was fucking trash, Chris. I fucking hated it. If I could erase that hour from my mind, I would.
Even though it's not one of my favorite movies, I still rank it up there with So Bad It's Good, because it's just one of those movies that you look at and go, "Oh my god, this is fucking trash," but I'm laughing at it because it's that bad.
No, like a -3 for me.
I'm gonna give it like a 4.5 out of 10.
I was gonna say 3.5.
I would probably. I mean, if we're going on a scale, I'd probably give it about a 5.5. I'm not giving it.
Yeah.
Okay, want to be realistic on it.
I don't know. Dennis Dunn carried that entire fucking movie.
Of course he did.
2.5, and that's me being generous.
I really hated any time Kim Cattrall and him had any kind of banter.
Yeah.
Any kind of banter between them, it just seemed forced. There wasn't really any chemistry between the two of them at all.
No, not at all.
Minor Predator chemistry, but other than that, just like that scene where he kisses her just after coming up under the sewer.
Done a better job than Kurt Russell.
Hey, I'm a great fucking actor. Thank you very much.
Like I said, you could have done a better job than Kurt Russell. That's a compliment.
Yeah, but it's the way
I'm
you said
playing in
it.
a couple short films myself. Okay.
We're not talking about those films of you and your girlfriend on your phone, okay?
Oh my god.
No, they're not just on my phone.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
We don't need to know.
Oh.
Wait, that was you on Pornhub, Zion? You dirty boy.
Why do you think I got this big ass house?
Why do you think the walls are white?
Apparently, Pornhub doesn't pay that much.
That ain't paint.
No.
I wouldn't know. I don't want to know. I am good.
Chunky Spackle.
No, I only heard Pornhub doesn't pay that much through Mia Khalifa, and how she was talking about how it was one of the worst times of her life.
Apparently it's not necessarily the site themselves that don't pay well. It's more the other sites like Brazzers and stuff like that, the hiring sites.
Yeah.
They're the ones that pay the best. Because all the other sites buy the film or whatever off them.
Well, and Mia Khalifa's defense, they tricked
She's
her.
hot. Okay.
They tricked
Anyway,
her.
we need to stop.
She only
stop.
made $12,000 from Pornhub altogether. Out of
As I
all
said,
the
we need
years
to
that
stop talking.
And she's still featured all over the fucking site.
No, I know.
She should take them
Not
to
that I
court.
know.
She doesn't get royalties or anything like that from her videos.
She should take them to court.
She got the one-time payment, and then that was it. And they were like, "Oh, go fuck yourself." But not
Yeah,
really.
no, she can't take him to court because of contract.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Well,
This got
went
so far from fucking
Yeah.
Trouble in Little China.
Well, I mean, let's be honest, talking about porn is a lot more palatable than really going through this movie at length.
Speaking of porn, go look at my OnlyFans. I'm just kidding.
No! How about no? You crazy Dutch bastard.
Okay, I mean that.
Awkward silence.
Yeah, that was the one silence that I'm just. All right. So, basic summary of the movie. I mean, any
Okay,
final
basic summary of the
thoughts?
movie. Fucking Wang is trying to ship his fiance from China over to the States. She gets in. Second she gets to the fucking airport, meeting up with her fiance, whatever. She gets fucking taken by a bunch of random guys because she's a Chinese girl with green eyes, and it's super fucking rare. And the whole premise of the film is like David Lopan has been fucking cursed, and he's alive for 2,000 years, and he can't fucking die, and he can't be like mortal or anything like that because I don't fucking know. But he's supposed to marry a girl with green eyes in order to get his mortality back.
Have you ever...
Specifically an Asian girl with green eyes.
Specifically an Asian girl with green eyes.
Have you ever just
Because he tried to do the whole thing with fucking both of them. The reporter bitch, or... What was the reporter bitch? No, the reporter bitch was her friend.
No.
The lawyer.
Yeah.
Lawyer. Have you ever just sat through a movie that just... You watch it and you start thinking to yourself, are they going to explain what the fuck's going on? Because I know
No.
that he was alive for 2,000 years. How? That this whole ritual with the green eyes is supposed to give him immortality. Why?
Apparently it was to appease a god.
Jack Burton is supposed to be the hero of the film. I don't get that. I don't get any of this.
The movie was a train wreck.
Basic summary of the movie for anyone who wants to watch it, don't. There you go.
But yeah.
If you enjoy...
I mean, if you want a good laugh, go ahead and watch it, because it's fucking hilarious. But
if you enjoy unexplainable schlock with zero plot, really. I mean, there's technically a plot, but there are so many holes in it, you can't really call it a plot. You know?
You'd get more of a plot out of a block of Swiss cheese than you would this fucking movie.
Bottom line, this movie was just all over the place without any explanation, any rhyme or reason, and it's just there. It just exists.
It's one of those movies that you have to suspend your belief in anything even remotely based in reality. Yeah.
You have to numb your brain before watching this movie.
Kurt Russell still has a career. Why? Why? Right? No? No?
Why what?
Yeah, I didn't hear anything you said.
I said Kurt Russell still has a career. Why?
Why? He's not even a good actor.
Death Proof
He was okay as Ego. He was okay as Ego from Guardians of the Galaxy 2. That was about it.
He did play a good Elvis, though. After he grew up. He did play a good Elvis. And he was also the stand-in Elvis in Forrest Gump.
I enjoyed...
that was him.
I didn't know that.
A good movie.
Yeah. No, because after I watched the movie, watched the movie, there's a whole, like, kind of like a short biography about Kurt Russell's career. So I was like, you know what, this seems interesting. Let's watch it. Oh, he kicked Elvis in the face, in the shin. Oh, he played Elvis multiple times. Okay.
I mean, I could see it.
Kurt Russell's not a bad actor. It's just the script he gets given. He
just gets bad roles.
Yeah.
No, he's kind of a bad actor.
That's it, but he doesn't get worse roles.
He was actually...
Yeah, it's mostly the roles.
Did you guys see Death Proof?
No.
I've been wanting to watch Death Proof. I watched, like different scenes from it, and from what I've seen of it, I think I'm going to like it. I like anything Quentin Tarantino, though.
All right, guess what we're watching for next weekend?
Tarantino, that's good. Okay.
Death Proof. Death Proof next weekend.
I gotta figure out a way to watch it on whatever it's on. I don't have
I didn't have Big Trouble in Little China free on any of my apps. I just looked it up online.
I looked it up on YouTube, and it's free with ads on YouTube. So
yeah, there you go.
Zion, just call me. I got you.
There you go.
You gonna be my sugar daddy?
He's got you, baby.
I mean,
how you doing?
Hey.
Zion, keep your nipple in your shirt. I don't need that. I already got his guns earlier. I don't need your nipple now.
Chris, look away for a second. Zion, everybody look away real quick.
I can't. All right. This is what I deserve for doing this part of it as a video call. I deserve this.
Oh hell yeah! This is your problem.
All right, well, we should go ahead and take a few moments for sponsorship, and we will be right back to do the pitch storm portion of our podcast. Thank you for sticking around through our sponsors, and we are going to go ahead and dive right into a pitch storm or two here. We have two already pulled and ready to go. And we have lost Miss B for the second half of the podcast. She's recovering from her second round of COVID shots, and it's kicking her butt just a little bit. So
we're gonna repeat an I Am Legend moment. Trust me. All those COVID vaccinated zombies. Watch. I put money on it.
Right. We're waiting. That being said, let's go ahead and start with the first pitch. A mysterious drifter running from their past battles a swarm of radioactive mutants. And it says, what if we replace the climax of the movie with a drum solo?
Okay, I want Kurt Russell to be the wandering fucking traveler.
So, mysterious drifter running from their past. We're just going to bring Kurt Russell into this. Okay.
Yes, no, there's no way. It's Kurt Russell running from his past, which is being in Big Trouble in Little China.
You have Lopan after him.
Oh no, I've got it. This is perfect, okay? Kurt Russell, not just running from his past, it's actually Kurt Russell. He is the mysterious drifter, like him playing himself, running from the movie which has somehow fucking become his reality.
Yeah.
Ooh, no, it should be all of his terrible movies. Run chasing.
That's most of his fucking films.
Okay, yeah.
I'm just waiting to get a tweet appear from at Cinematic Anarchy from Kurt Russell of him just saying "fuck you guys."
No, and then the who's doing the drum solo has to be Nick Cannon online.
Oh, you what? Just Nick
Cannon?
Cannon?
Want Chris Pratt to do the drum solo. No, I want Chris Pratt to do the drum solo.
What? I don't know.
The reason why is because they've worked alongside each other before, where he played Ego's son, Star-Lord. That's what I mean. I want him to just be in it and be like, so this is one of your other terrible movies, I'm just going to make an appearance just to make it better.
Right. So like there's some climactic fight scene, like whatever that monster was from the I'm trying to understand that monster from Big Trouble in Little China that seemed to have no place anywhere. You didn't watch the whole movie all the way through, so like halfway through, you have to watch it just for this. Halfway through the movie, some fucking monster picks up Kim Cattrall and just slings it over his shoulder. It looks like a fleshy walking alligator with hair. It doesn't make any sense. You saw that. You saw Zion, right?
Yeah.
And
my mother was in the movie?
Somehow they were trying to make it like there was going to be a sequel for the movie because after the end of the movie where he thinks that he's escaped everything and he's going on just doing his thing, being a badass, talking on the CB again. The thing's hiding in whatever is in his cargo hold in the back of the truck.
But there was never going to be a sequel of that movie, let's be honest.
Not if
there was a little bit optimistic there by setting it up for a sequel. There was being optimistic. But this is the sequel that we all wanted. But, Kurt Russell playing Kurt Russell, running away from Big Trouble in Little China.
Kurt Russell playing Kurt Russell, running away from his bad movies, which have become his current reality. It's like somehow he's tripping really hard, and his current movies, his bad movies, are his current reality, and he's basically running from himself. So he's a mysterious wanderer running from himself.
All the mutated monsters. No, here's one. All the mutated monsters are all the roles Kurt Russell has played, but all mutated, trying to get a hold of him.
So here's how it could start. So going with the whole basic, the whole Hollywood actors go and get into drugs and all that shit. It could show him like shooting up some like heroin or something like that, and having a bad trip, and the whole movie is him within his bad trip, running from his past movies.
Do you know what I want to see? I want to see every so often the perspective of the people around him who see him having this bad trip. So he's there looking like he's fucking... And then, like, you fucking turn, the camera turns, and then it's like a random cashier at a gas station just like, dude, you okay?
I want there to be literally nobody else cast in this movie but Kurt Russell. So
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
every person he runs across is him.
Yes. And it's got...
No, this is what I mean. The perspective of these people. Like, it flips to them, and they are normal, like, actors and actresses, but they're like the really low-budget actors and actresses that nobody really hears of. They're just, like, usually, like, secondary characters or something, and all they're there to do is, like, be the perspective seeing Kurt Russell on his bad trip. Not see through his eyes, just see... Like, he goes into a gas station, and there's Kurt Russell at the gas station serving everybody. And then, like, 2 seconds later, it switches, and it's a normal fucking dude looking at Kurt Russell in this gas station in just his fucking underwear with, like, bloodshot eyes and everything, going, get out of here! You know what I mean? He's, like, fucking losing his shit, like...
And then he, like, jumped into a car, and it flashes to, like, Death Proof, and it's, like, him sitting there trying to get people into his car, and just...
I love it. But there's really nowhere else to go. That the main villain in the movie technically has to be him fighting with himself.
Oh, yeah, 100%. No, but that's the thing. It switches, and it's like a super serious doctor, played by Morgan Freeman, just trying to help him while he's on this bad fucking trip. But because he's so off his face and thinking everything's bad, he is trying to get in a physical fucking fight with this doctor.
But like
and then, like...
Go ahead.
Go for it. And then the end, like, it could, like, show, like, all the characters attacking him and him completely losing, and then, like, it goes black, and then he wakes up and he's, like, strapped down in, like, in a straitjacket and in an insane asylum, and here comes Morgan Freeman.
I went a different way altogether. Like, I was thinking this climactic moment where he's fighting himself. He realizes he has to defeat himself. What's really happening is he's found some random person on the fucking side of the street, and he is literally killing them.
Yeah,
and the entire end of the movie, we keep cutting back and forth to news reports about Kurt Russell being arrested, having to go to trial for the murder of blah blah blah. Kurt Russell.
I want him to die in the movie. And then that's where we see Chris Pratt's character doing, like, a really traditional funeral where he's doing, like, a drum solo for him as he's getting lowered into the fucking ground.
No. The person who should be directing this should have to be Quentin Tarantino. And the person who he murders is Quentin Tarantino himself.
Yes.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yes.
That sounds good. Oh my god, Quentin Tarantino directing a movie like this, that would be fucking awesome. I'm sorry.
It would just go with his entire universe. Because I guess the cigarettes he'd make fucking thing he'd take would be the cigarettes that you see in every single Quentin Tarantino movie. You know what I mean?
But, like, the whole climactic battle scene, like I said, the climactic moment is replaced by a drum solo. It cuts away to Chris Pratt wearing a Kurt Russell paper mask, just playing the drums.
Yeah. No, but I want it to be, like, fucking... One moment you see from Kurt Russell's perspective of he's, like, looking at himself and he's pulled out this fucking massive sword, like, ready to get into this fight. And then it cuts to the homeless guy looking confused as hell. And then it looks over and it's Kurt Russell in his fucking underwear holding a random rusty piece of pipe in the same pose.
Ooh, no, it has,
you know what I mean?
Those big old long pieces of bread, like those bread loaves.
A baguette?
All that, yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, it has to be something he could actually kill the other person with. Like, we're talking about, he kills somebody in the end. You're not going to kill somebody with a baguette. No matter how stale it might be.
Chuck Norris could.
That's a different fucking movie altogether. Kurt Russell, no fucking, what is it? Chuck Norris and the Baguette Nunchucks. Trust me, that'd be a fucking movie.
I'm picturing like a dirty, broken like broom handle.
Yes.
Yeah, I can still see it. Either way, he's holding something that has no reason to be what he's imagining it to be.
Right. Doesn't even have the heft of anything. Just it's a broken broom handle. That's all it is.
But like when you see him run over to the guy from the normal person's perspective, he's like hobbling over. Then you switch to his perspective, and it's like he's running like, ah!
But I
to fucking attack this guy.
I like the idea. I kind of want to go with where Zion went just a little bit about him ending up in an insane asylum, and the end credit scene being him tied down in a straitjacket, kind of tied down to a bed or whatever, and then Morgan Freeman walks into the room like he said, but when you cut to his perspective, he's looking at himself again.
Yes.
Yeah, he's still on this fucking trip, like it's not got out of his system completely.
Right.
But it just when Morgan Freeman's character bends down, so like imagine it panning like this: the camera, like from one side, it's Morgan Freeman slowly bending down. Then the camera kind of passes behind his head, and that's when he's looking at himself. You know what I mean?
And then
it's
the
like a
only
switch
line
thing.
that Morgan Freeman has is "It's not over yet." But halfway with that sentence, it switches from Morgan Freeman's voice to Kurt's voice. As it transitioning from like it's Morgan Freeman's face to Kurt Russell's face. And then black, and then roll credits.
Like it was sort of like you thought it was over, and then it goes behind his head. It's not over yet, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then all you see is directed by Quentin Tarantino.
Right.
I'm sorry, but I feel like Quentin Tarantino is a master fucking director for this.
This just plays into his entire universe for everything.
And he's already directed Kurt Russell. I mean, he was in The Hateful Eight.
Yeah.
I mean, like, here's the thing. Samuel Jackson's character could reoccur in the film, like, you know, from when he was in Pulp Fiction. Like, that character could reoccur.
I kind of like the reason why I was trying to say, like, I don't think anybody else should be cast in the movie in a major role outside of Kurt Russell. Like, I liked what you went with all like bit players and secondary characters because I want to kind of play off how egotistical a lot of his older roles really came out to look. Because he had kind of an ego on him.
Well, it's still perspective.
The man that we were just talking about. And
yeah,
the
like,
only line is this motherfucker.
Yeah, like his entire perspective, like from after Pulp Fiction, his life just went to shit, and he becomes a homeless man. You know what I mean?
And
so he's not a major role.
The only line is this motherfucker really trying.
Okay, I think we've done enough with Kurt Russell in this film. Let's move on to the second one. Second pitch. Our second pitch of the evening. A creepy old priest attempts to escape from a remote island asylum. And the notation here says, okay, that is great. What if everything you said so far is just a flashback before the main story?
Leonardo DiCaprio automatically as main character. He has experience with it. Shutter Island.
Why do I feel like this just sounds like a prequel to The Nun?
I don't know that I don't know that I buy Leonardo DiCaprio as a creepy priest though. Like, there's a lot of people that could do creepy priest.
Jim Carrey.
Me.
Jim Carrey.
I have a whole OC as a demon priest.
No. Jim Carrey could do that role perfectly as a creepy priest because he's the sort of character who would make it where he thinks he's not being a creepy priest, but really, in perspective, he is a creepy ass fucking priest.
I guess it depends upon which way we're talking about creepy.
Like the cable guy creepy.
Okay. Okay. I could see that.
Well, I feel like if you do that,
just like randomly in this fucking asylum, one of the people go past, and he's like in his room, long fucking hair, just rocking back and forth with the Grinch kind of grin.
So if this is a flashback before the main story, what is the main story for the creepy old priest who is attempting to escape the remote asylum island? What's the main story?
He's trying to get to the Vatican.
What if? Okay, so he's trying to escape the asylum, right? What if we make it a horror movie, complete horror movie, and the asylum is completely fucking haunted, and whenever he gets there, the whole asylum is actually really abandoned this whole fucking time. Okay, so this is like it's supposed to be a flashback, right?
Right.
And he gets there because he gets reports of like needing like, you know, like some sort of exorcism or like blessing of like with something, but it's not real. It's all in his head. So he gets to this island, and it's actually abandoned. But he's already flipped his shit, and he's thinking all this stuff is happening, and then she's trying to escape like these psychotic people, but it's actually like demons and shit. And he actually fully escapes, but go like 1408 style, he can't escape the island because he's stuck there.
See, I was gonna go a completely different route, and it's gonna sound really fucking stupid when I say it, but it's still funny. Is the reason why it's a flashback is because he's actually the drug dealer that gave Kurt Russell the dodgy fucking heroin, and the reason why he has the flashback is because he sees that Kurt Russell's being sent to the asylum that he escaped from. So he has a flashback of everything just up to when he escaped.
Okay. I'm going to go halfway between both ideas. I kind of like how you went, where you tied this into into the Kurt Russell film. Okay, so here's how I feel. I feel this is like he's a creepy old priest. He's lots of noise going on in the background. He's a creepy old priest, but he was like he's part of the Catholic Church that was kind of sent out to some random third world country where he ended up in an island prison for just whatever country he ended up going to doesn't accept Catholicism, and so basically being Catholic was a crime. He ended up doing some nasty shit while he was on the island, and he's been disavowed. He's been basically disavowed by the Catholic Church after having ended up in prison there. I like the idea of it being a haunted prison. Like, there's all sorts of hauntings. He's basically dealing with exorcisms left and right. Turns out, you find out later on through flashbacks that this place that he ended up getting sent to was basically abandoned. He was there alone the entire time. You find this out through a series of flashbacks. However, present day, he is coming home, basically a drug mule. I want to say, like, near the end, you find out you basically have this whole thing where he's passing off something to somebody who passes off the drugs to Kurt Russell. So it goes from point A to point B. That's the end, like they do the Marvel movies. Like, that's the end credits scene where they're passing off the drugs till it gets to Kurt Russell, and that's where his movie starts.
Yeah, like a prequel.
But he ends up being he ends up being a drug mule out of necessity to get back home after everything just basically shit hits the fan. He ends up thinking he's an exorcist in some fucked up prison, and he's still not mentally straight as he's coming home. You know?
Oh, hell no.
Or how about like he's on drugs himself whenever he goes to this island, and he's just constantly thinking that the drugs are helping him fight everything, and you know.
And really, it's just he's getting shot up with heroin.
Yeah.
He's on some. I'd say he's on some medication.
Really, he's just fucking.
That one of the locals gave him, that they convinced him was good for like some kind of malaria that he ended up getting while he was there. And it's not.
Really,
basically,
it was
some bad hallucinogens. Yeah.
See where I get where I just came up with the whole he's on drugs the whole time and he's like doing all this shit is little cringe fest here. Back when I was a big ICP fan, they had this song called Night of the Chainsaw. And like the music video is this guy, he takes a drug and he thinks everybody around him, he's in a zombie apocalypse, and he starts killing all these zombies, and but he wakes up, he comes down from it, wakes up, and he actually just went on a whole complete murder spree.
Well, shit.
Yeah, that's about.
Yeah, it's actually a very, very good song and good music video. You should go check it out.
In this particular case, though, when he comes down off of what he's doing, he's literally realizing he's done nothing. He's in an abandoned prison by himself.
Yeah, he's been hallucinating for this entire time, thinking there's nurses there, there's other cellmates there, like the whole fucking shebang. And the only real people that are actually going to this abandoned prison are the people putting the drugs in there for safekeeping, and that's how he kind of gets out. Or he's saying, "Look, I'll be a drug mule for you."
Or what it could be, the whole island is like a mystic island. Like,
we're not in Lost.
Huh?
We're not in Lost.
No, I was thinking more of like Fantasy Island kind of thing.
Oh, you're talking about like some kind of supernatural force kind of living on the island.
Like the island itself is evil.
So Lost.
But at that point, you're taking
Lost,
the drug angle out of it altogether. You don't need to have the drug angle. It would be overkill at that point, which would kind of.
I just want to see a scene where Jim Carrey is in one of these cells holding a frog and he's just licking it, getting higher and higher off this fucking frog.
I mean, basically, what we have is two stories about people that literally are fucking putting themselves through hell.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah! That's the whole premise of this film, these films, and also Quentin Tarantino is directing because he just has to.
I want Robert Rodriguez for this one.
Huh?
Robert Rodriguez.
No, because he's got to. No, because if we're gonna tie it into the other film, then we kind of need Quentin Tarantino to direct.
Robert Rodriguez and Tarantino have worked together several times before.
Yeah, they're very similar directors.
Okay, I guess.
Like I can see him. I can see Quentin Tarantino.
But Chris, all I have to say is after this, we need to do one more pitch storm to see if we can make it a trilogy.
A trilogy.
See, I can see Quentin Tarantino filming the Kurt Russell one first, and then Robert doing the prequel with the priest, and it tying in together.
This is just going to be a really good fucking movie. I can tell.
I don't know if you'd like what I picked out for the third one.
All right, we might be able to.
So you ready? We're moving on to the third one now. So we've only cast.
Because you want to.
We've only cast two people here. We've got Jim Carrey and Kurt Russell.
We've cast technically four because in the Kurt Russell one we did cast Samuel Jackson as the homeless guy and Morgan Freeman as the doctor.
Okay.
And Quentin Tarantino himself.
True, and Quentin Tarantino himself, so that's five.
And it was this one is literally like it's going to be like Castaway for fucking Jim Carrey because literally we cast nobody else but him. That's it. You're on.
Everybody else.
Then we gotta have Tom Hanks in there somewhere.
I was gonna say everybody else in this movie, like
Tom Hanks can be the drug lord.
Yeah, Tom Hanks is the main drug lord, and then everybody else is just like B cast characters who are no names basically, all just there as like the muscle and shit.
Here's how we can tie in Tom Hanks because like you said Castaway. How we can tie in Tom Hanks? We'll say like Tom Hanks never got off that island, and that's.
See, I was going with more along the lines like he speaks like.
I've got the Tom Hanks movie right here. I've got the Tom Hanks movie right here. We're gonna cast him. You ready?
Okay.
All right. Next movie. A jealous groomsman is lost in the catacombs beneath Paris with a killer mime.
Tom Hanks is the killer mime.
Yeah.
Okay. So who's the jealous groomsman?
Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, Colin Farrell.
I say Matthew McConaughey.
Colin Farrell, Matthew McConaughey.
Flip a coin.
I don't have a coin.
My coin's in the other room.
I don't have a coin to flip for that.
Colin, get a coin.
Colin Hanks.
Alright, hang on.
No.
Alright, so.
No, not his son.
If I catch it like this, Matthew McConaughey. If I catch it like this,
Flip a cigarette. Yeah, there we go. Flip a cigarette.
Flip a cigarette.
Nobody can see what's going on.
That didn't work out.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
We're not flipping that. We're just gonna say Matthew McConaughey.
Wait. I got one.
Here we go.
No, I
got it.
I got a better way. Okay, I'm going to flip directly on my bed. That's Colin Farrell, but let's go my way for a second.
Farrell.
If it lands, I was going to say, let's go my way. If it lands on the Viking face, it's Colin Farrell. If it lands on the back, it's Tom Hanks.
These are all visuals that nobody can see right now. We're just flipping things around so we can pick an actor.
I say Matthew McConaughey.
Okay. So what is that?
It landed on Matthew McConaughey.
Okay. McConaughey it is. So it's basically McConaughey, the groomsman. Oh, God. Anyway, McConaughey, the groomsman.
I was just saying that based off of Ghosts of Girlfriend's Past or whatever.
Here's the thing. This is how Tom Hanks is introduced. The reason why Tom Hanks is a killer mime is because he failed as a drug lord because one of his drug mules got a celebrity fucked up. So he had to try and take a job undercover, so he became a mime in Paris. But he couldn't get off his killer streak when he was a drug lord, so he became a killer mime. So whenever he goes into the catacombs with somebody, he fucking murders their ass.
You know, I'm kind of getting that. Okay, I like the drug lord angle. First of all, fucking Tom Hanks is a drug lord. At all.
Exactly.
Okay. I like the idea
and
of
the reason why he's a mime is because he speaks like Forrest Gump.
Mimes don't speak.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Before he was a mime, he could only speak like Forrest Gump. That's why he became a serial killer, drug lord. He would kill people for making fun or laughing at
I want to say the mime thing is a disguise. Basically, the mime thing at night, he does the mime thing at night, puts on the makeup, because with all the makeup on, nobody can tell it's fucking him.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, so he basically stalks the streets at night, in Paris, acting like a mime, luring people in, and basically killing them in back alleys. He's like a Parisian mime Jack the Ripper.
Yes.
And this particular guy, he's hunting down because the guy he's set to kill is actually going to marry his biological daughter, who he's been estranged from for a very long time. He keeps an eye on her from a distance, but he doesn't really interact with her. So when he finds out that she's getting married to this guy...
Plot twist. Her stepfather is fucking the other guy. I forgot his name already. Not Jim Carrey. Who's the main guy again?
Kurt Russell?
That's it. Kurt Russell. Her stepfather's Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell is the stepfather.
Yeah, that's the biggest fucking thing.
Trilogy here.
Why not?
Yeah, of course we are.
Why not? So he's basically plotting to get Matthew McConaughey into the catacombs. Basically,
first time I think we made a trilogy.
Right? Why not? Why not?
But we lost people with it.
So the whole setup for this is supposed to be sort of. Oh, somebody's mowing lawns.
But yeah, Zion, this is the first time we made a trilogy.
Who's mowing lawns? Oh, I think I've lost everybody. Okay, so, interesting. I ended up sitting here by myself for a moment.
The video call is going out.
Yes, I noticed. I think we lost most of Tom as well. And there's somebody mowing lawns in the background, I believe, at your place.
Yeah, I told him I was doing a podcast, but they don't listen too well. I'm in a house with like 5 other people, and I told him, I was like, hey, I'm kind of working right now, try to be quiet, but I'll mute whenever I'm not talking.
That's perfectly fine, but we've also lost Tom, and I don't know what's going on with him, so we're going to need to banter a little bit ourselves right now. I think we've already kind of tied it up.
I think they heard us because they stopped. So,
I mean, I think we've already kind of tied it up. I mean, there's Tom.
Sorry.
Hi, Tom. How are you?
Good. I remember where we're at. If anyone's lost.
Well, right now we've got him beneath the catacombs. So we got Tom Hanks, the mime drug lord who talks like friggin' Forrest Gump, trying to.
That's my taco.
I want Matthew McConaughey in this movie.
Biological daughter's stepfather.
Bear with me for a minute.
Okay, we gotta figure out how they got how he got into the catacombs. I'm thinking that the wife were taking a pre-honeymoon.
That's what this is. So the notes cards say here that this was a setup for an elaborate heist. So they're using the catacombs beneath Paris to hit a bank.
But the reason why he's a groomsman, okay, is because Tom Hanks' daughter wanted to have the wedding in Paris. So the groom actually got all of his friends over there, and they set up the heist, and they used the wedding as kind of like a fucking cover for it.
Okay.
Like the groom and everyone had no idea.
Can I make this movie absolutely ludicrous right now? Like absolutely nuts.
What, is Ludacris going to make an appearance?
I want Matthew McConaughey. The reason why Tom Hanks basically wants Matthew McConaughey dead, I want him to be reprising his role from Magic Mike. He's basically the owner of a strip club, and that is how he met his daughter.
No, because Matthew McConaughey's a groomsman. He's not the groom.
He's marrying. He's marrying. That's what we decided on. His daughter.
It said groomsman. So what I was thinking was Matthew McConaughey's character was like best friends with the groom. Obviously, he was the nightclub owner of the strip club and stuff, and that's how he introduced Tom Hanks' daughter to the groom, because he called his buddy in to come have a show, and that's when he met Tom Hanks' daughter.
Right.
And was like, I want to marry her.
And he plans to marry her.
Yeah, and then
if we're going to do with Magic Mike, then the groom has to be Channing Tatum.
Yes. No. 10 times better. I want the groom to be the DJ, aka Mr. Fluffy, Gabriel Iglesias.
Yes.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that.
We gotta make it semi-funny. Jesus, man.
The third movie, though, has to be a dual directors. It has to be both Rodriguez and Tarantino. They have to work together for this one.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
They both get to do their separate movies. This one they have to work together on.
Yeah.
So this movie is set after the effects of the first movie, but way after the second movie, because the second movie is a prequel, and the third movie is the sequel.
Nearing the end of the movie, like Kurt Russell has to have a relapse.
No. At this point, Kurt Russell's in the insane asylum.
Oh,
I want to see at the end of the movie. He breaks out, ends up in Paris, busts open the doors, and you just see Tom Hanks' daughter turn around and go, "Dad!" Like, just out of, how the fuck did you get here of all places? How did you get on a plane, first of all? And then, boom, end scenes, sort of thing, like end credits. Sets it up for a fucking fourth.
Or they could be having a reception, and, they have the TV on, and it's a flash news saying that Kurt Russell escaped mental asylum, and all you see is a bride go, "Dad?"
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
Serial killer and murderer Kurt Russell has escaped. We're setting it up for a Kurt Russell versus Tom Hanks film.
I want Tom Hanks' character to kind of wipe the makeup off his eyes and go, "Oh shit."
Bam. Okay.
Well,
that's right.
God damn it, Jenny.
An older Forrest Gump becomes a drug dealer and a fucking mime killer. Yes, there we go.
And then if there's going to be a fourth one, M. Night Shyamalan, whatever his name is, has to direct it.
I was going to say, no, he phones up his son that he had with Jenny and goes, "Son, I fucked up." I just want to hear that.
We done goofed.
Yeah, his daughter's named Jenny.
Yes.
He named her after his ex-partner.
All right. I think we've kind of gone the gambit for this trilogy here.
Oh, you just fucking wait till the next episode. I'm gonna bring this back up on purpose.
Well,
just for a fucking fourth.
The way that we set it up, it has to end with Kurt Russell versus Tom Hanks.
And you know what? That movie is gonna be just like Kong versus Godzilla.
Quentin Tarantino, kill Forrest. No? Instead of Kill Bill, kill Forrest. Oh, I think we're starting to get a little bit of lag here for Mr. Thomas again.
And then we need to have a really ridiculous actor appear in it.
Who?
I was just gonna say we need to have a really ridiculous actor come in for it, like Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell appears out of nowhere for no reason. Will Ferrell just appears and go, "I was the real drug lord." Just some shit like that.
Well, you could have John C. Reilly too. I mean,
ooh.
If you're gonna have Ferrell, you have to have Reilly too. Come on. How often do they appear together?
I could see it. True.
But they gotta channel their inner badass to be in like a Tarantino film. You know what I mean?
Oh, no. I don't even want them to be in a badass. I want them to be bumbling fucking idiots. Like, Will Ferrell walks in and goes, "I was the real drug lord," and trips on a table.
Oh, and then we need to have a detective, and I vote Jason Statham, the one who's trying to get everything to stop. And it has to be Jason Statham, but not badass Jason Statham. It has to be that drunken detective, like, you're gonna fucking, oh shit, he killed somebody.
Yeah. No, like, hey, why is there 4 of you?
We want Jason Statham channeling Jackie Chan.
Yes.
You know? It's like
that
he can fight,
badass.
He can fight, but he kind of
somehow
falls into it. Like, he's channeling the whole drunken master thing, where he has to be drunk to be able to do anything correctly.
Yes.
At this point, I feel like we should just kind of pull in Expendables and just put every badass character in, but for no reason. Like, they're not there to fight, they're not... Just like a random scene at the bar, and fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger and fucking Sylvester Stallone are having a shot going, fuck that shit.
We need... Okay, so in order how we can do that is have Michael Cera as, like, the captain of the police force, and all the badasses are completely under him and are complete pussies about it. Like, Michael Cera will just look at him and, like, you see Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'm sorry.
I want to see these badass characters fucking, like, cower in fear at somebody stupid. Like
Michael Cera.
Like Will Ferrell fucking aims a gun at, like, Dave Bautista and he like, actually starts crying, like, "Please don't kill me, I don't want to die."
Okay. Well, do we have any place else to really go with this?
Oh, there's so many places, trust me, Chris. we could literally at this point scrap the fucking cards and create an entire film series that I can guarantee you, if someone had enough fanfiction knowledge to write a full-blown fucking story, like a 12-book series on this shit.
I want to do, like, a movie called, like, The Last Dead Action Hero. Like, this guy, like, these action heroes that, like, come back for their final thing and are just getting accidentally killed by, like, the stupidest person. Just, there's no reason any of these action heroes should be killed by, like, a Rowan Atkinson Bean level character. I was thinking Mr. Bean.
Both Mr. Bean and Pee Wee Herman team up.
Okay.
The 2 dumbest fucking characters anywhere in the... Oh, that would be perfect.
Pee Wee Herman. Oh my god.
Pee Wee Herman does the fucking, "I came here to chew bubble gum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubble gum." Exactly.
Oh god. Oh, God. I don't think I could be around Paul Rubens all that much.
It would be fucking brilliant, and don't even deny it. You would watch it because it would be that terrible, it would be fucking hilarious.
Okay.
Like, I like how this came out, like, started out as a serious thing, and then quickly just turned into a spoof of the original.
Oh, yeah.
Like it starts out serious.
Russell's one was serious, and then it just went...
And then the second one got a little less serious.
It did a full Evil Dead thing.
Pretty much.
And by the end, we
I bet you...
nothing.
But I bet you any money people would still pay to watch the full series.
It went a full Evil Dead.
I could see this happening as an actual film just because a director heard about it, and then Chris is just going to be on the phone to us two and be like, "Yeah, we need to make some calls because we're owed some money right about now."
Agreed. I'd do that. Hey, we need to... somebody
We
pay
need
us.
to lawyer up.
Pay us now.
All right,
We have-
listening to this. These motherfuckers spitting.
We all get a phone call up Quentin Tarantino being like, "Hey, do you guys want to make a movie with me?" What?
What?
I mean, okay.
Sure. Yeah.
That moment you just see me and Zion post on TikTok being like, "Yo, so we just pitched a movie to Quentin Tarantino," and then they're like, everyone's commenting me like, "Bullshit! No, you never! No, you never!" And then me and Zion just record all three of us with Quentin Tarantino just being like, "Fucking told you, bitch."
The likelihood of that happening, on the other hand...
Oh, it's slim to none. But if it did, I would cry.
leaning more on none than slim. It's about as slim as I am.
Like fucking Quentin Tarantino listening to this shit. These motherfuckers spitting.
I could just imagine Quentin Tarantino hearing it and being like, so El Jefe thinks we won't call them. Call the guy.
You stole my idea, I'm suing you.
Quentin Tarantino's been
Hey,
like,
you know what? You know what the funny thing
I
is?
had these films planned way before you even existed. So, you are...
It'd be funny because, like with all the podcasts, it's all being recorded, and if Quentin Tarantino listens to it and just goes ahead and does it, we can all be like, "Motherfucker, pay us our dues."
I am proactively suing
proof
you
of
for
when it
something
was
that hasn't
recorded.
happened yet.
we already have it fucking recorded. We just need to think of names for these films.
The first one just needs to be Kurt Russell.
Yes, Kurt Russell.
Or Kurt.
Kurt Russell.
I was gonna say Kurt and the Rustling.
I was going to just say Kurt Russell fighting with myself.
No, it can just be Kurt. Oh,
You
it
good?
can just say Kurt and myself.
Kurt, myself, and I.
No, we can get sued. We can get sued for that.
Yeah, by the guy that stars in our second movie.
The second movie?
No, I was just saying, we'd get sued by the guy that stars in the second movie, Jim Carrey, because of Me, Myself, and Irene.
Yeah.
True.
Okay. And then, like, the second movie could be titled, no, never mind.
You
I was
know
going to
what?
say The Asylum.
Honestly,
but there's
coming
already
up with
a B-grade movie.
a working title for the movie is more difficult than actually pitching the fucking movie. It really is.
It really is. Anybody who thinks it's easy with this shit, honestly, when it comes to pitching the films, it's not as easy as you think.
Well, a lot of people don't fall into the actual title of their movie till they're like 90% of the way through writing it because something just clicks. You know, okay.
I mean, that is unless you're in the Fast and Furious franchise where they just kind of say Fast and Furious, and what number are we on again? That's it with it.
No, trust me. I know how hard it is because I'm actually writing and about to be directing and starring in a movie that I'm writing with my friends. And it took me halfway through to even think of a single working title for it.
Right.
And all I could come up with was Sleepless Slumber, and that's the a subtitle kind of thing.
Okay.
I'm not going to exactly give details on what movie I'm writing, but it's based on
a horror
cult classic. Huh?
It's a horror pornography. We already know.
Okay. So I think we've kind of run the gambit here. I'm going to go ahead and close down the podcast for the rest of the night.
Based off of that, we're just
It's like, Chris, here's horror pornography. I'm like, I think we're done for tonight.
we're done.
Yep, I'm good. I'm good. All right. On behalf of myself, Tom the Viking, Zion, and Miss B, who is more than likely hovering over a toilet somewhere right now, thank you for tuning into the Cinematic Anarchy podcast. Next weekend, we should be hitting Death Proof, another Kurt Russell movie, hopefully, that people will like just a little bit more than the one we watched tonight.
We will see.
I'm not going to give anything away. I think you'll enjoy it.
If it sucks, it's getting turned off halfway through.
Think of it as you got to watch it all the way to the end. Think of it as retribution for having to watch this particular Kurt Russell movie, okay?
Yeah.
Or vindication.
At this point, some of these movies you are going to have to pay me to watch at this point. I'm cheap, but it's not the point. Like, if you said to me, I have to watch Big Trouble in Little China again, I will straight up tell you to pay me first.
Yeah, if I had money. If I had money, I'd be paying everybody. You know?
Yeah, it'll come. It'll come one day. And then I won't hesitate to watch a film because I'm like, if I watch it, I get money, so I don't care.
Pay me!